Howdy, girls. Oh yeah, everybody welcome to a very special event. It's my first event teaching outside of doing a bunch of lectures online after having some enormous breakthroughs as a being, as a person. And I'm that guy that always has breakthroughs, but this is a different kind of breakthrough. This is different. So, part of my own personal journey, as you're watching, by the way, part of my own personal journey is to somehow continue to gain more and more confidence that it's okay to say what I'm about to say next. Now that sounds interesting. Because it sounds like I'm just that guy who don't give a fuck. Yeah? Kind of, right? Part of my own personal growth is to be able to share what I'm going to share next. Okay? And then what I share next is what's exciting about doing these lectures starting now, you know, is it's going to be different. I'm doing things differently. And it can result in one of two things. Either I'm a fake, or a charlatan, and then figure out how I do the tricks. Or I'm real. And if I'm real, you better pay close attention. So something's going on here, okay? And I don't know what's going on either. I'm just here to report what's going on from my perspective. Effortless pickup. Can I do it? Yeah. Come around me. It's unreal. Who was there last night? Anybody? Strip club.
No.
Strip club. You've been with me before. Many times now, okay? How was it last night, by the way? It was a little bit different for me, but I was showing something different. Now, we haven't spoken yet about it.
Right.
But
I told my girlfriend all about it this morning. So.
You did?
Yeah.
I'm curious. You've been around for a while. You've seen things. You're one of the people I respect enough to say, hey, let me show you some other level things that I know. What is your perception from last night right now?
I was amazed because there were these guys that were dropping just thousands of dollars, and
It looked like a music video last night.
yeah.
Black guys showering women on stage.
Like, I was like, what do I do with my fucking dollars with these women? But you were having a level of compliance and intimacy with the 2 or 3 strippers that you had targeted. Especially the first, as soon as you walked in, you're like, I want that one. And she was gorgeous.
Fuck.
And you had her. And you number closed her last, and there was a level, you know, I can't hear what you're saying, but I can see her body is just like totally submissive. Just totally like surrendered.
And she wasn't submissive. You see that? I picked the one. We were there for a while. It was good. It was really nice. And then I said, that's the one. Mm-hmm. I want that one now. Now it starts. Mm-hmm. That is now the target. Now by the end of the night, I'm going to get her. What does get her mean? It has to be minimally, for me at that moment, a certain level of number close.
Yeah.
Now get her also in the strip club has included me fingering a girl or getting a blowjob in that same strip club. Okay, straight up. So that's getting that and getting a number the same. For me, getting it, when I say I'm going to get her, there's 2 points to it. One is an immediate, from this point forth, her and I will be connected, and I'll make sure that happens.
Yeah.
Then from here forth, depending, like there's a girl in San Jose, I'm going to get her. What does that mean? I've already made out with her, we've already been around each other, but I want to get her to fall in love with me. That's a different kind of get her.
Right.
So there's different categories of get her. So I said I'm going to get her, and we went, and I got her the way I wanted to get her last time, honestly. Not that I wouldn't have fucked her if she wanted to come here, but we left at 4:30, where the fuck we left, and it's just absurd at some point. Okay, so what else sticks out? I'm hearing this, then I'm going to show you why he saw what he saw, and that process will teach you. Okay. Anything that stood out? Anything else? If there's nothing.
Well, just to even add to that, because I mean, you're surrounded by a bunch of us guys, and none of us were dropping dollars. Like, I can't overemphasize like
last
how
night
incredible
that was important, because last night everybody was dropping dollars.
Yeah.
Except us.
Massive
and
dollars.
a bunch of other losers.
And it was after, you know, last call also, so there wasn't alcohol involved.
Yeah, so people are just showering girls with money left and right. But we're not.
Yeah.
And some other people aren't either, but they're invisible. But we're not invisible.
Right.
I want to bet we were the most visible people in the place.
Right.
Without a doubt. That's the part that I don't know if that part was visible to the people that were with me or not. We walked into a place, but we were the minority. Okay?
Right.
The rich black people, a lot of them. Those are the people for strip clubs. Right. If I'm a woman, that's what I want. I'm going to that. And it's just packed. We walk in. From the door, Did you drive up with us when we go together?
Yeah.
That's right.
All with BC.
From
So,
the door,
I mean,
respect to us,
Yeah.
to all the way in.
Right.
When you walk in, and I swear to God, my own perception was, within about 30 minutes to 40 minutes, it was established somehow, some way, that I was important over there, beyond everybody else. How that was accomplished is important to know. At some point I knew, now I got the environment done. Now it doesn't matter that he's going to drop millions of dollars. I don't care even if a fucking celebrity comes in. The celebrity is going to feel some kind of obligation to come and talk to me at some point. If they're the celebrity. I've seen that happen many times, right? Because I'm going to keep capturing attention. And like you said, I'm going to have a certain level of interaction with the strippers that actually nobody was having.
And I was saying a lot with my girlfriend today about, like, there was so much communicated in your body because you can't hear what the fuck people are saying. And it's like, if I was deaf,
100%.
or if you like mute the volume, I could still write a story exactly just watching
Right there.
your fingers, your facial.
That's
there was
it.
like so much expressed.
That's it.
And like, because I would notice the contrast in myself, I wasn't facially expressing like as I was talking as much as you. It's just like the whole fucking head was
Everything.
animated.
The whole thing communicates. Like
Right.
you're doing now.
Like
even
I
from
saw
the
you
front.
like kneeling, you went over to the girl and you were taking the submissive position with her, like how we would want like a girl to be at our knees talking. You were
And
to
she
her.
was a customer. You didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
I went to grab my Target and this girl grabbed me. And this girl starts telling me how beautiful I am. And then this whole thing's happening. Now she ended up kissing my forehead, kissing my cheek, lightly, but not like a make out because there was a guy with her. She introduced me as a guy. But that's who that was. So I dropped to my knees in front of the customer like that. Okay? Why?
Oh.
Why? I don't know why. It was right.
Yeah.
It started feeling like I was standing up for too long.
Yeah.
So I just dropped at that moment. And that's just a feeling in the matrix for me. I start feeling like kind of awkward now.
Right.
Why am I feeling awkward? Maybe I'm standing here too long, I'm starting to look too important or something. Boom. Gotta blend suddenly. So the art is blending and taking control. Blending and taking control.
Wow.
That's what people miss. They think you're supposed to step in and grab it. I tell you, no girl is gonna let you grab it. The secret to seduction and life and what I know and why I can't be stopped is the first step is to blend. And that's a new word in this field. And you're hearing it for the first time because I'm hearing it for the first time. And why blend and why is this such an important word? Because, look, two other words that tried to describe this as I will put forth a new way of communicating, which is this art. Now, but soon the name will come out. It goes, they said you have to first get in rapport with somebody. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? Rapport. Something of mutual understanding, blah, blah. Then, let's move over. There was another one that said you have to pace a person. Pace and lead. Remember? That's a whole NLP thing. Pace and lead. It's very good, actually. Okay, they both work. Building rapport works, and it should. Pacing also. Now, if you pace somebody, you're going to build rapport. If you're building rapport, you might have to pace them. You see how the words are kind of related? If you do one, you're kind of doing the other one. But there's a slight change in the definition, which actually makes a slight change in the way you would approach the subject. And they're both all going around the same area, right? Good. Now comes a new word. It's called blend. Blend means your experience becomes my experience. I blend with your experience. So as you start telling me about the fucking time you were in junior high and a kid punched you in the face, I stand in that memory with you. The way I ask you questions.
Wow.
Okay, so you're over there. So you got, okay, so let me get this straight. So I'm you. By the way, quote, I'm showing you how it's done, okay? Okay, so let me get this straight. So I'm you. I can only imagine. So I'm this girl. I'm fucking 5 years old. I can only imagine. My niece is 3. I'm fucking, okay, so I'm 5. Okay, so I'm you now. Look how many times I'm doing this. So I'm you now. Okay, so hold on. Let me get this. So I'm you right now, right? So do you get the subtlety of I'm you right now? I'm you right now? Okay, so hold on. Let me get this straight. So here's you are. Okay, so you're 5 years old, right? Okay, so here I am. I'm 5 years old now, right? So I'm being you. I'm 5 years old. I'm only trying to imagine. Listen to my talk. Okay, I'm only trying to imagine. Okay, so here we go. So here you are, sitting here. You guys gotta understand, I can literally move energy like this. So here you are, sitting here. I'm merging our minds so fast. And my talk, it's hard. She might catch 1, 2, 3. You can't. At some point she has to go up and just let me talk. I slow down right now. Okay, but it would sound something like this. Okay, so here I am. So she tells you a memory, or something comes up, and it's uncomfortable, right? Like, oh, what happened? Well, I was. I'm not going to say raped. Let's not go that far. Although I deal with that all the time with women. Let's do something like, well, my ex used to beat me. Oh, wow. Okay, how old and this and that? Well, from 16 to 18, he used to beat me. Wow, fuck. You used to live with him? My God. So let me get this straight. You're 16 years old. Now let me think back. When I was 16, I remember when I was 16. Okay, so you're 16. So I'm 16 and I'm being you right now, right? But I'm a guy, but I'm gonna be a girl right now. Okay, so I'm gonna be you. Here we go. Okay, now I'm 16 years old. Okay, so you're 16, and you're living with this. Okay, so you're living with that guy, and the guy is, by the way, I corrected myself.
You almost said this guy.
You got it, because he studied my shit. This would anchor it to me. That anchors it there. So I said, you're living with this. I was going to say this guy, that would have anchored it to me. And I could have, but then I would have changed what I would have to say. So I go, you're living with this, you're living with that guy, you're living with that guy, and he starts beating you. So I can only imagine, I'm beating you, so I'm getting hit. The fuck goes through you? The fuck do you do?
Wow.
I'm trying to just get what does that feel like? Because if I'm being you, I would think, I'd hate people. Watch what's happening. The last time she ever talked to a man like this was actually never. It's just never gonna happen. Maybe her therapist, who she falls in love with normally, but he wouldn't be this good.
Right.
This is a different way of talking.
Right.
So I go back and forth, and basically what happens is at some point, I'm experiencing right next to her in my mind, here she is, let's say in the closet, the guy is going through, she sees a body, it's the actual memory of somebody I know, little girl hiding in the closet. You wouldn't know if you see this girl, she's so beautiful, and you're trying to fuck her, and you don't know this. You don't know that around 4 years old, she was in the closet because there was screams, and she was hiding and holding herself, and she could see through the fucking thing, and she saw her dad, boom, boom, bam, boom, body, saw the blood coming out the head, held herself. Suddenly there was a woman next to her, sitting next to her and putting her hand on her shoulder. I was like, you're going to be okay. And she was like, okay. She and this woman were sitting, watching this thing happen, then watch her mom get beaten, saw the body get dragged, and heard the zipper, and sat there. Till the next day, someone came and got her. Right now, that woman, I've had sex with multiple times. Okay? She's also had sex before she met me. With guys. But there was a difference. I knew that when I had sex with her, they didn't know that. Mm-hmm. She knew I knew that when I had sex with her. She knew they didn't know that when they had sex with her. Now, that may seem like a small thing, but it's absolutely not. Mm-hmm. Okay? One has the feeling of love, which is a co-feeling, or togetherness. The other one is she's separated. If he found out what happened to me, she would think he wouldn't like me, which is what she starts thinking. That I'm dirty, that this happened, blah, 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 all this other shit happened. I don't know, I'm so scared, I don't even want to bring it up. So she's never there during sex. Or any other thing, or any communication. So I blend, which means what? I first go into her experience, and I try to see it. Blend. But blend is more. Then I have to put my own color on the experience. That's the difference. So that's where you hear me say things like this. I go, fuck, if I was there, you know what I would be thinking? I would be thinking, blah, 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 blah. I could only imagine what you were thinking. Now it's like two friends who had the same experience. It's almost like she went to Alcoholics Anonymous and I became a drinker with her. And I said, you know what I would be thinking if I drank every fucking night and I had to walk by bars and this and that, and my friend was drinking and smoking and I couldn't touch this shit? You know what I would be thinking? I'd be like, fuck, man, I wish I didn't have this fucking problem, honestly. That sounds like I'm in an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, confessing my problem with alcohol. Which I just did. If I had a problem with alcohol, that would be my problem with alcohol. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm talking to my friend who has an alcohol problem. And I'm not just getting from there, I'm going, fuck, and I in there would be this, and how are you doing it, and how am I doing it, and how do you resolve that? So I ask her, so how do you become okay with yourself? How do you ever trust another man? Tell me. Were you fucking scared when you met me? Be honest now. You see, I'm now going back into the relationship, starting to go backwards, time track to the beginning of it, and cleaning out all the unintentional upsets that I've created, not knowing her. Thus, a year and 7 months later, I have gone back to my girlfriend and said, now knowing this about you, I would like to apologize for
Wow.
any time I saw this shit happen. I didn't get what was happening. I swear to God, if I could go back, I wouldn't do it like that. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And it just goes bah, 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 in your time track.
Wow.
It cleans something inside of both of you, right? Because these things stack on top of each other. I'll give you an example so you get it better. Let's say you had a passion growing up, something you loved to do, and somehow it got destroyed by an ex-girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
Just imagine, or if you not you know somebody else, or the story is common for us. And you forgot about it. Then you got a new girlfriend, and that new girlfriend kind of inspired that in you. You're like, oh, I'm going to do that again. You know, I'm going to sing or dance, whatever the fuck you were doing, or paint or fight or whatever. And as that's going on, you get in an argument, and she turns to you and says, and you suck at guitar anyway. Boom. And you react so heavy, and you guys fight, but you break up, then you come back together, and then you don't want to be not together, so you stay together, and you work it out, but you have that in your mind. Imagine 2 years later, she hears you tell the story of your ex-girlfriend because you're drunk, and she's like, oh my, you see her. She walks up to you 2 years later and says, can I talk to you? She goes, I had no idea that happened with your ex. And you see her face, concerned. And she goes, do you remember when we fought? Yeah. She said, I sincerely apologize. I would have never said that. What happens to you?
You heal a little bit.
Exactly, healed. That's the word. Okay? So that's actually what I do. What people see is the beautiful women that I'm fucking. Of course I'm fucking them. Someone's got to fuck them. Someone's got to fuck them. That's going to be me. Why? Because I earned that. Simple. Now it's a matter of, if I'm going to fuck you a certain way, you can't fuck other guys. That becomes a girlfriend. Or a little bit more, excuse me first. I keep denying this thing. That is important. It says, hey, heading out to the strip club. Hey, that's the bitch I met last night. What up? There you go. First confirmation of good pickup last night. Today is the results. Get the number is 1. Get a call back is 2. Get an origination is another level for me. This is her reaching to me, hey, with a number. Now I remember who it was because I texted her last night and I said heading out to the strip club. No answer last night, hey this morning, got it. And I go, what up? Okay. I don't know how we got to this topic, but
we were recapping the strip club.
Yeah.
That's how you were talking to the bitch because maybe she unloaded like some trauma or something on you. You're blending.
Oh, I was teaching blending. The word blend. There's a new word in this art. Okay. So if you started talking to me, you're like, man, I just can't seem to get with this girl, and I said to you, listen, you're the first people in the world to learn this shit. Okay, really? Why? I don't know. Right? It is what it is. Just catch me when I'm lecturing. I always tell people, something will come out. So blending. If you said to me, hey, okay, let's try it. Think of a girl you've been talking